right, today we're going to be reviewing the Passion Planner, and I'm really excited to dive into this. So when you first look at the Passion Planner, I kind of want to talk to you about the marketing side of this. Who is this for? Who are they catering to, etc. When you go to the Passion Planner website, right away it says, live more intentionally. And I really like that. So for me, I was already drawn in on who they seem to be marketing towards. Now, when you look at the website, the aesthetics, some of the options for the look and feel of the planner, it does seem to cater more towards women. However, they do have just plain black ones like this that, you know, could definitely go masculine, feminine, either way. So I do think they have designs that cater to both. And then when we dig into the inside, I think you'll see, again, I think this could work 100% for anybody. But the website and the way they talk about setting goals and intentional living, some of the verbiage, etc., that they use definitely does seem to be geared more towards women. So when you look at the options for the Passion Planner, they do have size options. The one that I'm going to be showing you today is the medium. There is a small, medium, and large. So they do have 3 size options. As far as layout options, they do have a couple different options. They have a daily layout, which I'm not going to be reviewing because I do not believe in daily planners. So I grabbed their weekly layout. Now with this, they do have the options of getting a dated, undated, and then if you choose a dated one, you can choose the academic year. So kind of, you know, fall to end of summer, or you can choose a calendar year. So a lot of flexibility. Now, there are no options in terms of binding. So all of the Passion Planners come leather bound this way, which means that they don't super easily lay flat, but they also all come with this for a bookmark. The other customization you have, which I think is really neat, is that you can choose if you want your weeks to start on a Sunday or a Monday. So that's kind of an overview of our options here for the Passion Planner. Now we're going to go ahead and jump inside and take a look. All right, let's jump on in here. So there are 6 kind of sections inside the planner. I'm going to tell you what each of the sections are first. Then we're going to do a deep dive into each one of them. So the very first thing is just a spread about their story and a couple of instructions in terms of how the planner is set up, along with, you know, here a little bit more details on the instructions. The next part is what's called the Passion Roadmap. Now, when I saw that, I was like, oh, a roadmap. I thought there would be a lot of content here. It's 1 2-page spread. We'll look at what that is in just a minute. Then they do have a nice, just little 2-year area to see the dated years. Then we jump right into the monthlies. So there is a monthly spread for every month per usual. And then there are the weekly pages. Again, we'll deep dive these in just a minute. And the 2 other sections that are in the planner, one is called their reflection pages. Go ahead and grab one of these here, which is a spread like this. And then at the very end, there is a whole series of blank grid pages for you. So we've got the instructions, we've got the roadmap, then we have monthly pages, weekly pages, reflection pages, and blank pages. So that's kind of what is included in the weekly layout of the Passion Planner. All right, let's really dig into the details of each of those 6 sections now. So first up, again, is just their introduction. And they have a nice spread telling you how you're going to benefit from the planner. It includes their story, how the planner is set up, and then ways to stay connected with them. I love this. I think when a planner, you know, kind of sets the tone and explains why they have the sections, it's helping you understand how to make the most of the planner. The other thing that I loved as well along with this was after I ordered the planner, I received emails with them with some amazing tips and tricks on leveraging the planner. I do this as well. with the planner that I sell, and I love it when I see other companies doing that as well. Now, the next kind of spread is the How the Passion Planner Works. And they've kind of divided and talked about all of their main sections. So they have the dreaming big, breaking it down, working at it, and reflect. Again, anytime a planner includes instructions on how to use and make the most of your page, I absolutely love that. So I thought these instructions were great. They were super clear. They gave good examples, etc. So now we dive into actual, what the user is going to experience with it. So the first thing that you're going to do with your passion planner is fill out this spread of your passion roadmap. The intent here is to create a 3-month, 1-year, 3-year lifetime goals, do some visioning around that, and then pick one core, what they call game changer goal, and then you put the date in here, and then on this page, they give you some instructions on how to break that down into a plan. Now, I will say their instructions and everything around this, I think they're spot on. They're really in alignment with how I teach goal setting as well. And the thing that I think is fantastic about that is they actually give you instructions on, once you've broken down the plan and assign dates, to then go into the months or weeks and make notes on that. So they're encouraging you to integrate your goal setting with your more tactical planning, which is fantastic. The one downside on this page is it's small. Like, you're supposed to do all your visioning for the year in just this space. And they only have you doing one game changer goal. Now at the end, they do say, hey, repeat this for as many goals as you have, but there isn't the space to do that. So you would need to kind of do that work in an external notebook. Certainly not a deal breaker, but I love their instructions and the way they work through that here. Now, the monthly layouts, again, these are always pretty standard from planner to planner. This is a dated one, and so it is, what I do like is this color differentiation is when you're moving into the next month or the previous month. The white ones are the current month that we're looking at. Now, over here on the left-hand side, you're going to notice they have some interesting things. People to see, places to go, things to learn. I don't know if I think my personal preference would be to just have that be an open space to take notes. Again, not a deal breaker. I thought that was an unusual grouping of things to have. And then down here at the bottom on one side, it has a space for personal projects and work projects. And then a space here for mind mapping for the actual goal that you want for the month. Now, I personally don't like to keep personal and work separate because I work from home, I am an entrepreneur, I need a more integrated planning solution. This can 100% work for people that you have more of you work for somebody, set schedule, and your work life and home life is very separate. What I struggle with here is the fact that they limit the space. So what if you have more things that you need to be working on that month? I love this blank area for doodling for the month to do a mind map. I wish they gave instructions because most people, if you've never done a mind map before, you may not know how to leverage this space in the best possible way. So again, everything that you need, but because of this layout at the bottom, I think if they would stretch the month all the way down and just give us more room onto the side, that just might be a better use of space. Okay, so now let's dive into the meat of the planner, which is the weekly layout. So again, this is similar to the monthly layout where they've got the times up here and then space at the bottom. So I'm gonna zoom in so you can see, because this is pretty small, right? Each day is in its own column. You've got the times there available to you as well. And then over on the left, it starts from 6 a.m. and goes to 10:30 p.m. On the left-hand side, there's a space for this week's focus, and then a little space that says good things that happen. I love that. It's got some great quotes here for you. And then down on the bottom is, again, separating personal from work, and then top priority, and then down here it says errands. And then again, just what's called a space of infinite possibility. Now, I will say this weekly layout has all the core elements that you need, meaning it's got the times, right? So you're gonna get realistic planning. I love that they do separate Saturday and Sunday. Not all weekly layout planners don't, Mine does not. And some people really need that. So I do love that they have that. Now, some things that I think might make this layout a little tricky. This is tiny. I write small and I would struggle to be able to do my weekly planning in this small of a space. Also, there is no room for you may have little reminders per day. There isn't really space to do that per day because this is blocked off. So could you use this to do effective weekly planning? 100%. You would just need to figure out how you want to track your space for any tasks for the day. And I really love this good things that happened. They're encouraging you to, I like to call it my weekly success tracker, but they're encouraging you to highlight the things that have gone well that week. So I love that. Now, the one final big layout here is what they call the monthly reflection. It is a 2-page spread at the end of every month. Here are the questions. What was the most memorable part of this past month? What were the 3 biggest lessons you've learned? Review your planner and assess your priorities. Are you happy with how you spent your time? What did you accomplish? How are you different from last month to this month? Who or what are you grateful for? Name 3 things you can improve on. And then there's an end of month checklist. And they put this in at the end of every month. I am all about this. I fully believe in taking that time to reflect on your prior month before you move forward on future planning. So I think that's fantastic. Now, at the end of the planner, there is a large chunk of just blank. Some are blank pages, and then some are those tiny little dot grids. It's a significant chunk of the pages in the back, but I think it adds a lot of bulk. And when you just have blank paper at the back with a leather bound, I think things would just get lost in here. If you have a binder where you can maybe take notes and add it to a week because you needed it, I can see that. But I feel like for this style of planner and the way it's bound, having that chunk of blank pages at the end just adds maybe some unnecessary bulk. And I think anything you write in there is probably just going to get lost. Now, I do want to take a couple minutes and talk about some of the add-ons you can get with the planner because that's going to tie into my overall review. All right, so before I dive into giving my final, thumbs up, thumbs down with this, you'll notice it's going to be really hard to get to your months, right? There's no tabs with this. Now, when you go to their website, you can buy like sticker tabs that you can add, which means they're going to stick out. And if you're throwing this in and out of your book or in and out of your book bag, now they do sell one of my favorite things, which is erasable pens. So they're a big fan of erasable pens. They've got stickers. They also have a digital version. So the accessories that you can get with this planner will really help. But the fact that there isn't going to be an easy way for you to get from month to month, unless you attach those tab stickers on there, they're going to stick out. Now, if you're not, throwing it in and out of your bag a lot, I think it would be fine. I haven't tested that part of it out, but I know for me, I've got to have those monthly tabs. But again, that may work just fine for you. And their stickers and their erasable pens, they don't offer the color ones that I use, but the accessories that they offer are really, really useful and smart ones to include with a planner. All right, so let's recap everything that we've just looked at here with the Passion Planner, and I'll kind of give you my final thumbs up, thumbs down. So first, the things that I really, really love about the Passion Planner. The weekly layout is great because it's got the times. You have all the space to make sure that you are able to get a realistic view, and I like that it's got the 7 columns. The monthly layout, again, standard, so it gives, serves its purpose there. And one of the strengths I really love is that, again, up at the very beginning where they've got the instructions, they're talking about the goals, but then they teach you and tell you what to do with the plan to hit the goal to actually incorporate it into the tactical level. The other thing I really love about the Passion Planner is it's not trying to do 20 different things, right? It says, live an intentional life. It is serving its purpose of a planner, telling you what you should be doing and when you should be doing it. So it's not trying to do 20 other different things that other planners try and bring into, where it's your fitness tracker and your meal planner and your homework tracker and all that kind of stuff. So Absolutely love that. Now, some of the challenges with the planner where I think people may run into some issues, again, because it comes bound like this, if you are someone who likes to have the planner open that really does lay flat, I can press on this and get it to sort of lay flat, but it isn't going to be, quite the same. But again, could you work around it? 100%. I do think that if you are given just the size of that weekly layout and how small it is, if you are someone that has a lot going on, this is the medium size. I think you would have to upgrade to the larger size. So I wish that we could reallocate some of the space on those pages and not take off the bottom third and find a way to put that over onto a column on the side. I think that could improve it. Can you work around that? 100%. And then the final area, to kind of think about, would this work for me? Would it not? Is the fact that they do separate work and the rest of your life. Now, if you are, again, kind of a W-2 employee or someone that has a very separate work life from home life, that might be fine for you. If you are, someone such as myself, an entrepreneur, or you have a very fluid lifestyle where you don't have set hours of one versus the other, you might get tripped up on that. You would need to put some intentional planning practices in place to ensure that you weren't getting yourself overbooked. And you just may find that that bottom portion of the pages either don't get used the way they're intended, or you kind of ignore them altogether and find some other solutions. So do I think that this is a good planner? Actually, yes. I would say that the Passion Planner is one that if someone came to me and said, hey, I'm using the Passion Planner, I love it, what do you think? I'd say, great. Continue using it. And even for people that are, students of mine in the top program, I could make the way I teach planning and time management work in this planner. I would just need to kind of hijack a couple of the areas and use them a little bit differently than intended. But I really love everything about the messaging from the company to the accessories. Again, that other is the tabs on the calendar pages, but again, they do have a workaround for it. So that is my final review of the Passion Planner. If it is one that you are currently using and loving, fantastic. If you've never checked it out, you might want to go visit their website. All right, have a great one.